In this video we're diving into the 15 best houseplants that absolutely thrive in bright light, because if your room gets blasted with sunshine, you might as well fill it with plants that actually love it. You'd be surprised how many people fry their plants simply because they pick the wrong ones, so today we're cutting through the guesswork. These bright light champs can handle east, west, and even south-facing windows without complaining. They're not just pretty faces either. Most of them grow faster, stay healthier, and show off richer colors in strong light. Whether you're trying to fill a sunny corner, decorate a windowsill, or create that warm, greenhouse vibe in your living room, this list has something for every style. And if you've been struggling with leggy, sad-looking plants, get ready to meet the ones that finally keep up with the light in your home. Stick around, because by the end you'll know exactly which bright light plants can transform your space instantly. Let's jump into the first one. The ZZ plant is one of the most underrated bright light performers, and it's honestly a lifesaver for anyone who wants something tough but still stylish. When it sits in strong, indirect sunlight, its glossy leaves grow faster, thicker, and take on that deep emerald shine people love, and studies even show it can handle up to 10,000 lux without stress. It barely needs water thanks to its rhizome roots, so even if you forget for 2 or 3 weeks, it stays perfectly upright instead of drooping like other plants. And the fun part is that a healthy ZZ in bright light can push out fresh shoots almost every month, which is why so many plant lovers call it one of the most low-effort, high-reward houseplants for sunny rooms. African violets are a perfect pick for bright light because they reward you with more blooms the closer they sit to a sunny window, as long as the light is filtered and not harsh. When they get around 8 to 12 hours of bright, indirect sunlight, these compact plants can flower almost year-round, which is why growers love them for adding non-stop color indoors. They prefer evenly moist soil and a light hand with watering, and in strong light they produce thicker, healthier leaves instead of the floppy growth you see in dim rooms. Plus, fun fact, African violets in proper bright light can double their bloom clusters compared to low light conditions, making them one of the most satisfying little houseplants to grow on a bright kitchen or living room windowsill. Norfolk Pine handles bright light beautifully, and it actually grows stronger, straighter branches when it gets a good dose of sun each day. In bright indoor light, especially near a south or west-facing window, its soft needles stay lush and evenly spaced instead of thinning out like they do in low light. It prefers lightly moist soil and steady humidity, and with consistent bright light it can grow several inches a year, which is impressive for an indoor conifer. What makes it even more special is that a well-lit Norfolk pine develops that classic symmetrical, tiered shape people love, turning any sunny corner into a calm, coastal-inspired focal point without requiring much effort at all. Red Chinese Evergreen thrives in bright light far better than most people realize, and when you give it a sunny spot with filtered light, its red and pink variegation becomes dramatically richer and more vibrant. In strong, indirect brightness, this plant grows fuller and pushes out new leaves more frequently, often showing a noticeable boost in color intensity within a few weeks. It prefers slightly moist soil and steady temperatures, and bright light helps it maintain that compact, bushy shape instead of stretching out. A cool little fact is that red Chinese Evergreen can produce almost twice as much variegation when kept in bright conditions, making it one of the most rewarding, low-maintenance plants for adding bold color to a sunny room. Peace lily responds incredibly well to bright light, and when you place it near a sunny spot with strong but indirect rays, it produces noticeably more blooms and taller, sturdier stems. In brighter conditions, it can flower several times a year instead of just once or twice, and studies show it can photosynthesize up to 20 to 25% more efficiently in bright indoor light compared to low light. It likes evenly moist soil and moderate humidity, and bright light keeps its leaves glossy, upright, and deep green rather than droopy or pale. What makes it even more impressive is that a peace lily in good bright light becomes a real air-cleaning powerhouse, giving you that clean, fresh look while staying surprisingly low maintenance. Purple passion plant absolutely shines in bright light, and when you give it a sunny spot with strong, indirect rays, its velvety leaves develop a much deeper, more vivid purple color that really pops. Bright light encourages tighter, bushier growth, reducing the legginess this plant gets in dim rooms, and it can push out new trailing stems much faster when it's getting 6 to 8 hours of good brightness. It prefers lightly moist soil and good airflow, and with enough light, the fine purple hairs on the leaves become noticeably thicker, giving it that electric glow people love. A fun fact is that purple passion grown in bright light can extend its natural lifespan by producing more vigorous new growth, making it one of the most visually striking and rewarding plants for a bright, sunny indoor space. Anthurium thrives beautifully in bright light, and when it gets strong, indirect sun for several hours a day, it produces larger, glossier leaves and far more of those signature red or pink blooms. In brighter conditions, Anthuriums can push out flowers almost continuously, sometimes lasting up to 8 weeks, which is why they're popular for bright living rooms and offices. They prefer well-draining soil that stays lightly moist, and bright light helps them maintain that upright, sculptural shape instead of getting floppy. What's really impressive is that Anthuriums grown in consistent bright light can produce nearly double the number of blooms compared to low-light setups, giving you a bold, tropical look with very little effort. Majesty Palm genuinely comes to life in bright light, and when you place it near a sunny window with strong, indirect rays, its fronds grow longer, fuller, and a deeper, healthier green. Bright light gives it the energy it needs to push out new fronds more often, sometimes every few weeks during the growing season, which is a big upgrade compared to the slow, sparse growth it has in dim rooms. It prefers consistently moist soil and good humidity, and strong light helps it stay upright and symmetrical instead of drooping or yellowing. One cool fact is that Majesty palms grown in bright indoor light can reach impressive indoor heights, often 6 to 8 feet over time, making it a dramatic, tropical centerpiece for any bright corner without demanding much more than steady care. Moonshine snake plant looks its absolute best in bright light, and when you place it near a sunny window with filtered rays, its silvery green leaves become noticeably brighter and more defined. In strong light, it grows faster and produces new shoots more frequently, which is a big upgrade from the slow growth it shows in low-light corners. It thrives on neglect, needing water only every few weeks, and bright light helps it maintain those wide, upright leaves without curling or fading. A fun fact is that moonshine snake plants kept in bright conditions can hold their signature silver color much longer, making them one of the most striking, modern-looking plants for any bright, stylish indoor space. Pothos grows incredibly well in bright light, and when you place it near a sunny window with filtered rays, its leaves develop stronger variegation and a richer, more vibrant color pattern. In bright conditions, it grows noticeably faster, often sending out new vines every couple of weeks, and the leaves get larger and more defined compared to those grown in low light. It prefers to dry slightly between waterings, and bright light keeps the vines thick, healthy, and less leggy. What makes it even better is that a pothos in bright light can maintain high variegation levels that would completely fade in dim rooms, making it one of the most reliable, fast-growing plants for sunny indoor spaces. Kalanchoe absolutely thrives in bright light, and when you give it a sunny windowsill with strong, indirect rays, it produces far more blooms and thicker, sturdier leaves. In bright conditions, this succulent can flower for weeks, sometimes even months, and its vibrant clusters of red, yellow, pink, or orange show their best color only when it gets plenty of light. It prefers well-draining soil and needs water only when the top layer dries out, making it super easy to manage even in hot, bright rooms. A fun fact is that Kalanchoe kept in bright light can double its bloom cycles compared to low light, turning it into one of the most cheerful, low-maintenance flowering plants for sunny indoor spots. Bromeliads absolutely flourish in bright light, and when you place them near a sunny window with strong, indirect rays, their colorful bracts become noticeably richer and more intense. In bright conditions, these tropical plants maintain their bold reds, pinks, and yellows much longer, and they produce pups more quickly, which means you can grow new plants from the same mother over time. They prefer well-draining soil and only need water in their central cup, making them surprisingly low maintenance even in warm, bright rooms. One cool fact is that bromeliads kept in bright light can hold their vibrant color for up to 6 months, turning them into long-lasting, eye-catching accents for any bright indoor space. Olive tree is practically made for bright light, and when you place it right next to a sunny window, it grows stronger branches, tighter foliage, and that classic silvery green shine that makes it look so elegant indoors. This plant loves full, bright exposure and can handle several hours of direct sun every day, which helps it produce denser growth instead of the thin, stretched look it gets in lower light. It prefers well-draining soil and light, infrequent watering, and bright light keeps its leaves firm, glossy, and healthy for years. A fun fact is that an indoor olive tree grown in strong light can add 8 to 12 inches of new growth in a single season, making it one of the most rewarding, Mediterranean-style statement plants for sunny homes. Jade plant thrives beautifully in bright light, and when you place it in a sunny spot with plenty of indirect or even a few hours of direct sun, its thick, glossy leaves become richer in color and sometimes even develop a hint of red along the edges. In strong light, this slow-growing succulent becomes much sturdier, producing tighter, more compact growth instead of stretching out the way it does in low-light rooms. It prefers well-draining soil and infrequent watering, making it one of the easiest plants to manage even in warm, bright spaces. A fun fact is that a jade plant kept in bright light can grow several inches a year and may even bloom indoors, something that almost never happens without strong, steady sunlight. Rubber plant performs incredibly well in bright light, and when you place it near a sunny window with strong, indirect rays, its thick, waxy leaves develop deeper color, stronger veins, and a beautiful glossy finish. In bright conditions, it grows faster and puts out larger leaves, sometimes adding a new one every few weeks during the growing season, something you won't see in dim corners. It prefers well-draining soil and light, consistent watering, and bright light helps it stay upright and full instead of dropping lower leaves. A fun fact is that rubber plants kept in bright indoor light can reach impressive indoor heights of 6 to 10 feet over time, making them one of the most dramatic, easy care statement plants for sunny homes. And that wraps up our list of the best houseplants for bright light, the ones that actually thrive instead of just surviving under all that sunshine. If your home gets a lot of natural light, these plants are going to reward you with stronger growth, better color, and way fewer headaches. I hope this helped you figure out which plants will look their best in your sunny spots and maybe even inspired you to try a few new ones. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more simple, honest plant advice, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment telling me which bright light plant you're bringing home next.